heart is stronger than you think. Like it can go through anything. Even when you think you can't, it finds a way to still push on. No. Sometimes you won't.
Hi, my name is Shelly Annabelle, and I'm a 2-year breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with cancer in November of 2009.
Over the past 4 years, how has Obamacare influenced you?
That's a tough question. I think that it's not really Obamacare, it's an issue with healthcare in general. Premiums are too high, co-pays are too high, and when somebody gets cancer, what happens is it's a huge financial burden, and a lot of people don't realize that, and it depends on how good your insurance is, how broke it makes you. It can bankrupt people.
Which one of the current candidates do you support and why?
Currently, I'm doing my voting tonight on my absentee ballot. I am going to vote for Obama. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I think it takes more than 4 years to correct what is wrong with the economy and within the United States in general, including healthcare. So, you know, the problem didn't happen overnight, so it takes longer than overnight to correct.
Whose healthcare plan do you think supports cancer more?
Another good question. I think basically I like what Obama's trying to do because I'm afraid that if a new person comes in, they would move mammograms to age 50. I was just 40 when I was diagnosed. I know people in their 20s that are diagnosed. So I would hate for reforms to be made that would move mammograms to, you know, later in life when young people get breast cancer as well.
If Romney gets elected, how do you think his healthcare plan will affect cancer patients?
That's a hard question to answer because he's currently the governor of Massachusetts, and I know I'm from there, and I know a lot of people that have a healthcare system in place that actually was in place before he was there, and a lot of people that do not have insurance are allowed to get some insurance through the state. I don't know all the details about it, so I'm not saying that he couldn't do it. I'm just afraid that with all the changes that he wants to do with Planned Parenthood and things like that, it will impact women's health care.
I'm telling you, get better. Do whatever. If you fall, don't let up. Don't you know you can go be your own miracle? You need to know is a mind.
Hi, my name is Tamara Wagner, and I'm a 3-year cancer survivor. And 3 years ago, in September, actually 4 years ago, in September, I found a lump on my breast doing my own self-breast exam. And I did those every month, so I knew it was something that wasn't there previously. So I called my doctor, and I went in and saw my doctor, and he felt that it was normal breast tissue. So I went home, told my fiance at the time and everything that it was all good and not to worry about it. 3 months went by, and it was time for my yearly checkup, and my fiance asked me to get a double check on it, and so or another opinion on it. So I did. I asked this doctor what he thought, and he also felt that it was normal breast tissue. But in order to shut up my husband, or my fiance at the time, I said, can I get a mammogram? And I was only 38 at the time, and I had no family history of breast cancer. So they agreed to it. I went in over spring break on a Monday. I thought it was going to be about 15 minutes for the mammogram. They did a mammogram. They did an ultrasound. They gave me doctor's numbers for the following day. I had an appointment with a surgeon the following day. I found out I had breast cancer on Tuesday, and on Friday I had my first lumpectomy. I was lucky enough that I only had to have 2 lumpectomies, and the breast cancer spread to only 2 of my 14 lymph nodes. If I didn't do my self-breast exam, the doctor said that I had 6 months to live. If I didn't insist on that mammogram, I would not be holding this interview right now and telling you the powerful message that self-breast exams save lives. I have no family history. I did not have the BRCA gene, which is the cancer gene. I'm not Jewish descent, and I don't have many girls in my family, but none of the females have ever had breast cancer. So And I was only 38. They do not know why. I wasn't a smoker, and I know that breast cancer doesn't correlate with smoking, but I'm asked that question quite often. Did you ever smoke? Did you ever use drugs? None of these resulted. We do not know why I had breast cancer, but I was only 38 and I did a self-breast exam and it saved my life. I would not be here right now if I did not do that. So do your self-breast exam, ladies.
Over the past 4 years, how has Obamacare influenced you?
Well, with Obamacare, he wants to give every American health care. And as it is now, if you don't have health care and you get a terminal illness or a serious illness such as cancer, you have to pay that out of your pocket. And it's not cheap. I went through chemo for 4 months, every other week. I lost all my hair. And then I went for radiation every single day, including holidays, for 6.5 weeks. And those treatments, without my health care, I would not afford. And I wouldn't be standing here right now talking to you all. It is a powerful message that he wants us to take care of our American citizens and the people that are residents of this great country. And without health care, I could hardly afford it with health care. I can't imagine what my life would be like without the health care that Obamacare wants to incorporate in the United States.
If Romney gets elected, how do you think his healthcare plan will affect cancer patients?
Okay, well, Romney really doesn't have any health care incorporated in his election. So I really think that if he was elected, it pretty much will stay as it is right now. If you don't have health care, then you don't get the medical needs that you might need to survive. I know if I didn't have health care, that they would not have been as aggressive as they were for my cancer. I'm a mother of 2 small children, and at the time they were only 4 and 7. And if I didn't have my health care through my job, I would not have been able to afford it, and I know the doctors wouldn't be as aggressive as they were. So if Romney is elected, I'm afraid that people that aren't able to afford their own health care, and in today's economy, it's many more than it ever has been before, that unfortunately we will not, that we will lose a lot of great people. That a lot of people will die because of not being able to afford going to a doctor, or even if they do go to the doctor and get the diagnosis, to be able to treat it.
Who are we to be questioning, wondering what's